Okay, so I tend to get into conflict for your observation with people because what? I'm seeking to follow up on what's right? Is that what your definition of confrontation is? I want to understand because, I don't particularly find that true. How am I confrontational by seeking what's legally and medically required and that should be mine in the first place?
So I want to not use the word confrontational.
You just did.
Actually, what I want to say is my observation is you tend to get in conflict with people.
How can I get in a conflict with a person if I'm seeking what's proper and what's mine? Could it be that the other person isn't providing what's required and legally, done, and they are the conflict, not me? They're the ones that are not performing. So how is that a conflict? How am I the conflict by seeking what's legally mine? And how is, by you framing me as it being me, blame the victim? I'm hearing blame the victim, blame the victim.
So I'm sorry because you're hearing something I'm not saying.
Okay. So then are you saying that this victim, who's repeatedly proven it, is getting confrontational people with him back? That the people that he's interfacing with might be confrontational because maybe that's why they continue to do it?
Well, I'm saying it's happening all the time.
Correct.
You're telling me that.
Correct.
And that's an observation of why it has been hard going for you.
Okay. And another observation could also be that I'm correct. That I'm a well-adjusted individual in a very maladjusted society that keeps throwing out disorder, and that these other people have the disorder. That could be an observation too. That could be just as equally viable, correct?
I'm not assigning a blame or a cause to, yeah. Any way you look at it, the observation is there's conflict.
Okay. Now let me say one last observation.
Yeah. Right?
Which is, had there not been me continuing, would I be getting this help now? Thank you. Your silence is golden. So to frame me as a person who's confrontational, seeking what's properly mine, which has been denied all this time, and the only reason I'm getting this is because I have continued to be, as you quote, confrontational, because I get into these conflicts, simply seeking my medical care, like I said, just doesn't make me feel right because it's nothing that I've done wrong. It's been the system.
Yeah, I hear that, and I just want to make sure you understand that. I'm not calling you or implying that you're confrontational.
Well, that's the reason I turned this back on to get a
Yeah.
clarification because
Yeah.
I know, doctor, I'm not the one with the disorder. I've got the proof. Here's a settlement agreement. I've got the proof. I've also got the proof of telling everybody, especially you, a doctor, and asking you, how can I get my health care? Oh, and what can we do to make this right for everybody? Naturally, you focused on my health care and not so much on what we can do to make it right for everybody. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still continuing to do what's right for the common good. My opinion about what you're doing is you're doing what you need to do for me, but maybe not so much for the common good. But that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't know what your power, your capacity is. I don't know how much reach you have. I don't know how much you can change things. But doctor, I, with nothing, have continued to do the right thing in the face of all adversity.
All right. I hear that.
And I'm glad we were able to videotape this, doctor, because, sometimes things get told to me, and I like to have clarification. Because, trust me, doctor, I wasn't Mitchell Katz's favorite patient because I was stupid. I don't have a solemn settlement agreement because I'm stupid. I'm not video recording because I'm stupid. I'm doing it because I've been dead right all along, with the operative word being dead. Left for dead. Well, here's a signed confession. Has anybody explained that to me? I'm an innocent, vindicated victim of a failed emergency.
So let's talk about what we want to do today and what we want to do for a follow-up. Do you want to try and do the urine specimen today?
Sure. I would love to do that so that I can get medication and start on that.
All right.
And then I'd like to also, consistently follow up and go forward with getting me mental health care because I want a group of psychiatrists to tell me what I've done wrong. Doctor, I want to be the best I can be. And if I've done something wrong, I want them to tell me, well, heck, Mr. Garza, you should have never continued for this settlement agreement. It's your fault for having an adjustment disorder. I want the psychiatrist to tell me what I've done that's wrong. Or maybe they'll just turn around and tell me I've done everything right and that I am right. I'm a well-adjusted individual in a maladjusted society. So yes, I would love to get some mental professional health care, especially with everything that I have. All right, so I'll take your sample.